Welcome to the cage, Michael. Welcome to the cage. We saw you bouncing around here earlier. Actually, how did it feel? Can we see you having a crack at MMA?
Yeah, it's actually quite scary in here, guys. Some of these boys, they've got some talent. It's definitely different to the boxing world.
Absolutely, and of course yourself. It was an interesting year for you, if I could put it that way. But some good things. Obviously, you've debuted on SAS Australia, and that was a bit of an interesting experience. You were saying.
Yeah, SAS. It was fun. It was cool. Can't say too much, obviously, but it comes out next year in February, and I'm just looking forward to being back in the ring. You know, COVID's obviously passed now, and I'm fighting in 3 weeks, and then I've just signed the contract to fight Issac Headsplitter Hardman. Winner takes all. So the talk stops, and I want to shut him up.
Well, of course, Issac Headsplitter has appeared right here in the HEX arena, and he's a very willing fighter. And there's been a lot of hype, a lot of trash talk, predominantly coming from him. But he's the hype master, Issac. So he's done it all. And you know, the one thing is, coming from an MMA background, you get conditioned to being hit with those little gloves. But the boxing world obviously is also a strategic battle. So how do you reckon he's going to, obviously he's made a successful transition to boxing, but now he's really talking it up, and he's looking to take names and almost calling you out. So how did that sort of go down with you when it first eventuated?
Look, I'll give credit where credit's due. He's going to be a tough fighter, but 28 have said the same thing that stood in front of me, and 28 failed. So this is just another step in front of me. And like I said, I don't care about the belts. I'm coming for his head.
And of course, your up-and-coming fight, what can you tell us about that as well? That's in December, I think, yeah?
Yeah, I'm fighting in 3 weeks. Look, I haven't been in the ring since Anthony Mundine and obviously Jeff Horn, and obviously because of the virus, it's been 2 years. So this is, a tune-up fight for me. The belt's on the lines. I'm giving a fighter an opportunity to fight for the WBA title. And then, like I said, Christmas, enjoy it with the friends and the family, and then straight into training camp for Issac Hardman.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, there's a lot of a hype, and I'm going to throw the name out there because we're sort of skirting around it a bit. But of course, Tim Tszyu had an epic battle on Wednesday night against Inoue. So, from your perspective, let's put all the bullshit aside. Looking at that fight, how did you see it? How did you see it play? Obviously, Inoue was very tough, but what did you think of it?
Again, you've got to give credit where credit's due. He's doing well. But look, I was a risk to them. There was a lot of politics in that fight, and that's the reason why I didn't go ahead. I never shied away from that fight. We wanted it, they wanted it, but they knew I was a huge risk. And they knew if they went down that Takeshi path, that they were going to get the world title shot, and I couldn't upset that. So, people can believe what they want to believe, but I've never shied away from a fight. I've fought 7 world champions, been all around the world. Fought Cal Brook, Peter Quillen, the list goes on. But, it's a fight we definitely want, and I want it for the Australian fight fans. Like I said, it's a fight that everybody wants to see, and I truly believe I'll have the ability to beat him.
Absolutely, and of course, coming off that big win, that epic stoppage over Anthony Mundine, it was all heading in the right direction. COVID came along and derailed a lot of things, generally for us all. But now things obviously back on track, and we'll be putting out an actual a documentary, a little bit of a special on Michael. So keep an eye out for that, folks. We thank you for your time, and I look forward to talking to you on Fox Sports and, of course, on all the Foxtel networks with what you've got coming up and addressing all the hot topics real soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time. Thanks to the HEX team. Always doing great things for MMA. Enjoy the rest of the night. Cheers.